All right, folks. Welcome back. We're going to show you what else happened there. All right. Let me get the headset on. Get I'm ready to go here. I had a new audio device I was going to try tonight and it failed miserably. So we're back to just regular audio. That's a real image of the sun right there, you guys. Alright, so let's get started with our solar report, shall we? There we go. And as you can see, let me get my pointer. Here we are, May 3rd, 2023, with the loop plan. Let me, sorry. I'm trying to fix my audio thing here. It's just not complying. Nothing complies anymore. I'm trying to get this a little closer up for you guys here. Without, what is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's pull this up a little bit. And let the loop play for a second there. Let you guys take a peek at it before we start pointing anything out. Did you see that big white streak go through there? I was trying to do another stream earlier, and that faltered. So, welcome to Late Night with Brian Night. And here we go with our solar report. So let's find the first frame. Whoop, there it went. Back up a little bit. Our opening frame is 024 right here. And you can see our event is already underway. Our instrument's reacting to it. Our object looks to be right about here. I can see a circular shape there. Then as we progress forward, it skips from 036 to 2. Alright, so we're missing a little bit of data, not a bunch, but now you can see our event is fully underway. You can see our core here with a magnetic field around it, another one above it here. Appears to be something up in there, and another one coming out over here. So a lot of activity on the sun again today, May 3rd. And we're just going through it frame by frame. You guys can see what's going on here. And as we progress, you can see we have this little one coming out over here, another object. You see it best right there. You can see the dark core right here. You can see the magnetic field bubble kind of around it. Okay, boom. Let's continue moving forward here. And then coming up pretty soon is that streak. Here comes another object, okay? Not too hard to see anymore. They used to be very tricky, but now that we know what to look for, they're blatantly obvious. Then we have this something coming over the top of the sun, and there's our streak. Okay, now we're just going to zoom in on this streak right here. Okay, and first we'll try the gray side. And, whoops. And you can see we have a nice white solid streak with the object at the very tip right here. Okay, we're going to scooch it over to the red side here because this is not a comet. I don't believe this is a sun-diving comet. They didn't report one today. And it would be there for a bunch of frames, and it's not. Okay, it's just the one frame. So, do you see that there's an arc to this line? It's not totally straight. Let me put this straight edge next to it. Okay, you can see that there is an arc to that line. All right, if I put it down here, you'll see there's an arc to that line. All right, this is an object. This is a UFO headed towards the sun, streaking into the sun. You can see it's just like a shooting star coming through our atmosphere. You can see the ionized plasma right here coming off the back of it. It is like a kind of like a fighter jet streaking through the air, and when it has these little compressed air causes these little clouds, little tubes to form off the wingtips and stuff. Similar to that, and similar to like an asteroid dropping into the atmosphere, the hot tail of it gets electrified and ionizes, and then it glows like this, okay? This is an ionized vapor trail or heat trail from this object as it streaks into the solar wind. It looks like it's going against the solar wind, diving into the sun, okay? It's clearly not just some debris that they got popped in front of the camera. This is a UFO that is blatantly there saying, "Hello, look at me." See, there it is. There's nothing in the previous frames. That's a ghost image right there, a couple frames later. And that's it. There's nothing approaching. We all know what a sun-diving comet looks like. It's a little speck, and you can see it come in with its little tail, right? I've shown you hundreds of those. Not hundreds, but a lot of them. Okay, But that was not a sun-diving comet. That is... All right, let's just be honest. It's a UFO streaking in there. I mean, come on, you guys. It's a reflection of the camera. Not this time. No, 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 no. Those reflections in the camera are always like symmetrical, or these little 2 to 3 boxes. This is clearly a UFO streaking in towards the sun. Ta-da! Captured today, May 3rd, 2023. Okay? So, we will continue on. Let's just zoom out a tad bit here. And get back to... Boom. Boom. Okay, there's the ghost image. And then... not much activity after that. Yep. Okay, so we started with this event, and let's just put it in play. See the object go by there, right? Let me pull this over a little more better for you here. We don't really need the red side so much as we need more of the black and white side. There we go. So you can see when this loop starts over again, boom, there goes our event and our object right there. And then we had all these different ones coming off the side, event off the top, and our UFO streaking in. So not much to see on the sun today. Pretty boring. I know, it's getting old, these objects and UFOs. Come on, Brian, report on something new. Really, I know, it's just boring stuff by now. I mean, you saw this stuff 6 years ago, you would have pulled your hair out of your head. Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't seem such a big deal. But it is a big deal because these objects are messing up the planet, okay? And I looked at stereo A, didn't have much. So let's just go over to our site here and zoom in on the GOES X-ray. And something real quick. Do you see this image of the sun? And this image of the sun. Do you see these two sunspots? Do you see this dark region right down there that's this coronal hole? It looks like the sun is about to pull one of these right here, doesn't it? And we have more sunspots spinning around. Whoops, 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 whoops. Back here. Okay, so these are the same time and everything, okay? They're just different filters, but you can see the bright spots forming. There's kind of a nose forming here in the middle, and what looks to be this dark patch over here, this coronal hole, it's starting to look like it's going to rotate around and present us some kind of face like this. So not only is there a bad moon rising, the sun could possibly be pulling one of these maneuvers here pretty soon. And I showed you here, just real quick, now this event happened on September 6th through the 10th. This is right at the time of the dragon sign, right? Okay, it's the same event time. This is like a third sign that was in the sun that day. Okay, that people didn't notice. I did. And then something came from left to right. Now watch, something came, from and covers it up for a good hour. Then it goes up. Okay, now a lot of times we have the satellite do a roll and recalibrate. And that's what this looks like. Except for on this one, when I did this video, there is no clean edge on the camera lens. I've watched a lot of these rolls, these adjustment rolls, and that one was not a typical one because it lasted for an hour and the sun went dark. And then after, okay, then when it comes back up an hour later, watch, it moves up. See how it moves up? Okay, I was trying to catch the frame where it was halfway, right? Where the shadow was halfway. But you couldn't. It was either all or nothing. There's only one frame. I was trying to catch this right here, okay? So there's this frame, and then the next frame is the whole face. Can you see my little pop-up box down here? See, in between, there's no frame like this one, okay? This popped up on my computer and froze up my computer, all right? And it freaked the shit out of me, all right? Because my computer just stopped and froze with this image on it. It would not X out. It would not turn off. It wouldn't do anything. So I had the wherewithal to grab my camera and take a screenshot of it with my camera. I don't know how to do it with a computer or whatever. I just do it old-fashioned. I just grabbed my phone and squeezed off a bunch of pictures while my computer was locked up on this frame, okay? Then, if you come back to here, if you're seeing the pop-up right here, let's just play it right there, okay? To the next frame, there's nothing, all right? So, somehow, the computer, the whatever, froze up with an image that doesn't exist, yet it still exists. And that's your sun. You can see the creepy face. Look, if this was all in shadow, why are these sunspots still glowing up here? Huh? If this was still the camera aperture opening up, why are these still up here? This is not the camera rolling. I know what this is. This is another sign in the sun. This is September 10th right here of 2017. The same event when Nibiru and Nemesis passed the sun and got caught in the solar flare, or the CME, that I've showed you before. This also was taking place at the same time. This face right here on the sun, this turning into that. Okay? Pretty spooky. Now, look at these two images. Do you see this bright spot and this bright spot and this dark patch right here? Remember, it has half a mouth. This looks like that half a mouth. Here's a bright patch right here where the nose would start to form. I'm going to watch the sun really closely and see if we have another event like this, because there's more going on with the sun than you guys know, all right? It's not just a burning ball of gas, okay? It's, for lack of a better term, an entity, okay? And you've seen all the paintings with this face on the sun and stuff? Well, this is why, okay? And I'm talking about bad moon rising, so let's go over and report on this. Right here, May 5th, 2023, that will be, well, it's already tomorrow, May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. But 24 hours from now, or in the next day, we're going to have a partial lunar eclipse. Okay, now, I know you all have been watching the news today, and we saw some, let's just say, some very upsetting and disturbing events unfold today, okay? I'm telling you, watch out for May 5th, okay? You all need to pay attention to what Putin says, okay? And he says certain things. If we do certain things, he's going to do other things, right? And now, let me just make this comment right now. What a sloppy job. What a dumb fucking move. I'm serious. If you're going to try to decapitate a dragon, you don't go up and poke it with a frickin' toothpick and annoy it. You go up there and you decapitate it or else suffer the consequences. These people are lunatics that are running this country. They are going to drag us into war, try to draft all your kids and force you guys to fight. You know, watch out. Martial law is coming. These guys, I know they're freaking tactics, all right? And they're going to use this as their excuse to go to war, uh, clamp down on society and everything. You guys better start getting serious and start getting stocked up, okay? And here we have a blood moon on the 5th, okay? These guys that are pulling this shit are also into the occult as well. Trust me, I know them well. They all worship the wrong half, okay? At the rate we're going, March 24th of 2024 is a very crucial day, okay? I don't think we will make it past March 24th, 2024, because the very following day is a penumbral lunar eclipse, all right? Not just a partial lunar eclipse, a full lunar eclipse on March 25th, the day after the 24th. So we might have this lunar eclipse rising over a dead planet. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. But our next lunar eclipse is tomorrow. And with the events that just unfolded, that is a bad omen. There is a bad moon rising. Okay, so this is kind of important, okay? The solar report that you guys are here for, we're getting to it and all the rest. But right now I feel like addressing this, okay? And let me say again, what a dumb move. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. As an assassin, you don't want to give away your intent. You, oh my, let me just say that this it looks staged, okay? I can't say one side or the other, but let's just say there's a lot of corruption and a lot of dirty politics going on, and we know by whom. And at this point, it's starting to look like maybe Putin might be the good guy. If he's going to be up against our president and the criminal um, cabinet and administration that we have that stole an election, yeah, they got to cover their tracks, and they're going to try to take disadvantage of this, okay? Everybody, have your head on a swivel. Get prepared. I'm telling you, these guys are making moves. If you're watching Marfugal, they showed a line of tanks a mile long on a train, okay? They're making moves, okay? And I'm making moves too. And I know what they're up to, and they don't know what I'm up to, okay? They just get to watch the show. They don't know what happened in the spirit realm last night, unless they're paying attention. But we have the bad moon rising, okay? And we also have the sun in this phase right here looking like it's about to present a face and freaking growl at us. All right, now, sorry, I am abstract random, all right? For you left-handed people out there, you will understand it's hard for me to do a list. I like to bounce all over the place. All right. Here we are today, right here. Okay, you see where I'm circling? In between this line and this line is today's activity. You can see the objects and all the spikes that we had. That's a pretty good round for, lately, okay? And what did it do? It pulled that sun out of the seafloor there and brought it back up again, right? And then after all these spikes, it's still low to mid sea, which is perfect, okay? With popping off C flares, M class flares, that's perfect. That was perfect a few years ago. Now this is starting to look like the sun is weak, and when we have these big objects, these should be X class flares, like an X4 or 5 or 10 when Nemesis goes by. But it's only popping in the M class range. Now we have these new sunspots rotating into view. Let me just pull this down. Okay, you see this right here? Boom, boom, boom. All this is going to be coming around. You can see we have an R2 level radial blackout going on over Africa. We're taking in a bunch of radiation right now. And it's a good thing it's happening now on their day side and our night side, okay? But if this continues, as the Earth rotates into this strike zone right here, we might have some kind of brief. Well, this was a brief R2 blackout. It's probably over now, but we could see more of this activity at any time now. And which reminds me, we need to go back 3 days from now, the 4th. So let's go back to the 1st. See, I bounce all over the place, but you guys love it. Come here. Let this load up real quick. This is the 1st, which +3 will be the 4th. This will be what comes in tomorrow. So let's take a little moment here to, come on, load up, to see, as a reminder, what event happened on the 1st that we could look forward to. Oh yeah, we had this. Nothing, not too big, but it is bringing energy with it, and you can see the object, the trajectory. It's going above the, not above the earth, well, above the earth, yes, and behind it. We travel this way around the sun, so it's going to pass, what I say, behind the earth. It's not going to be out on this side in front of the earth as we go this direction. It's actually going to be, like, say this is the tail of our orbit going by. It's going to pass behind the earth, okay? And what? We have more here? Is this thing just being retarded and not loading up right, or what? Oh, we have 105 frames here. Alright, so just be patient as this loads up. You can see, actually it's kind of, I like it one frame at a time like this. It's kind of laying it out for you. We have a lot of energy to expect tomorrow, and some objects, some healthy size objects. That means our storms are going to kind of be led or controlled by the magnetic field interacting with ours, and the inbound energy that it's bringing with it ought to intensify tomorrow's storm, or the 4th storm, okay? Understand how this works, right? Look at all these objects coming off on this day. Really, come on. We're only 71 of 105. All right, I guess I'll just let it click through. It gives me an opportunity to take a drag and a sip here. All righty. I posted something this morning, some more of my writings. I'm hoping I hope maybe you guys like them. I know they're kind of boring or whatever, and sound, let's just say they kind of sound weird, all right? You know what I'm talking about. But it's all stuff that I learned on a really, really long, hard life, and valuable lessons that I just kind of want to pass on. I was gonna write a book. Oh, you guys do like them? Okay, cool. Thank you. They're meant to bring hope and a little bit more understanding of how I work. Okay. Anyways, I know not everybody's into that stuff. It's kind of boring compared to this, right? But I feel like I'm not going to have a chance to write my book. And so now I'm just going to share my notes with you guys. Okay? So I'm giving away my $1,000,000 secrets for free to my audience because that's how much I love you. Okay? So we will do that at the end. Okay? Let's continue on here. So we have like boom, this huge object and event. We have this huge. Let me just start going a little slower. Boom. All right, right there. So let's wait until the loop comes back around. It's very valuable information. People actually died along the way when I was in these institutions, okay? And I learned from some of the hardest criminals you ever seen. And the funniest thing is when it comes to doing spiritual work, uh, Pitbull with tattoos up his neck and his face is crying for mommy. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me, Pitbull? Dude, you're a killer. You got 4 teardrops and you're crying for your mommy because somebody made you do some homework? Are you shitting me? Yeah, the toughest guys break down when it comes to doing some soul searching. But that's what I do. Anyway, let's continue on. Here, let's just, here's the beginning. We're going to start from here. Whoops, reverse. I'm always going forward in reverse. Here comes the beginning. So this event we're going to absorb tomorrow, along with this, that, this, and all these objects are going to be passing or arriving. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be a very bumpy day again. Okay. Now back to this instrument, and let's zoom out here because we weren't done here. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place tonight, but this is how I work. I'm going to stop apologizing. You guys can just suffer or learn to love it. All right, nice green glow, nothing too intense. It's good right now. Green is good like this, and you know it's not too thick, it's not too bright, it's not too wide. It's I'll take this. You know, I don't want to see yellow and red and these big, huge auroral flare-ups. Even though they're beautiful to look at, they're only dangerous, folks. You're talking about radiation, okay? And if our core is grinding that day and the field is weak, that radiation is going to penetrate and it's going to start making people sick. We're going to have cancer. We're going to have all kinds of everything that goes with radiation sickness and radiation poisoning. Amplified too. Not like you went and got a bad X-ray at the hospital. It's more like they stuck you in the MRI machine upside down and repolarized you or something like that. So see the CME right here shooting off the backside and going away. That is beautiful. I will take that every time. But unfortunately, this is a reaction as the object approaches the backside of the sun. We're here. Here's the sun. Coming from this way would be the backside of the sun. This is the area where we can't see because it's looking at the sun. The sun's blinding us. So we can't see what's coming. Basically, I'd say in this quadrant between those two positions, right? So that's how stuff sneaks up. And that's precisely why they're coming from that angle, is to sneak up and to arrive. And they're not going to Pluto. They're not going to Mercury. They're recharging at the sun on their way into Earth. See, there's a big event coming up here on Earth. I think you know what it is. And the entire universe is showing up to see the big show. All right? That's what all the UFO activity is about. Okay? They sense God is here too. And they're all over the place, watching him, following him, studying him. They're doing other people. They're studying other people. You see them all over the continent, all over the world right now. The cylinders, watch out for those. The cylinders. There's a painting with the war in the sun, or war in the front of the sun with a bunch of cylinders and X's and dots and stuff, and a big black wedge type UFO hanging in the sky. Okay? That was a real historical event that was captured and painted. They didn't have cameras back then, so they painted it to, for the historical record. And aren't we kind of seeing, with the UFOs and all that stuff dancing around in front of the sun, all this little, see these guys all over here popping and going over here? If you ever come over from it, watch this red side for a while, and you'll see it's just covered with ships. They're all, there's like a battle going on around the sun right now, and a battle for this planet. Okay? A spiritual battle for this planet. You guys are the elite crew on the planet. My audience is the SEAL Team 7 of the Spiritual Warfare Department. You guys are fucking badasses, okay? Consider yourself a SEAL. Or, you know what? Some of the spiritual work that we do, when I was in there, I was in there with a couple of Marines, and I know Marines well, okay? Let's just say that. And these some badass dudes. I know the division they were in, and I know the company they were in. And they were crying. They were crying in this facility because they wanted their mommy. All right? You guys, I don't see a single person in my chat crying for their mommy right now. So, you guys, in my audience, you have what it takes. Spiritually, you already have what it takes. If you're enduring this show, you have a tough spirit, okay? And that's why we need the tough spirits to pray, not the weak ones, because their prayers just aren't, they're just weak. But you guys are strong, and I hear your prayers, okay? You guys are kicking ass. And the new crew that's kind of, I hear new prayers out there, so some other people have, like, figured it out too. Yes, my mom hates me because I have the light. She refuses to believe me. She won't look at, well, she'll look at this stuff on the videos, but she won't. She just doesn't believe me. It's the weirdest thing. Anyways, we're not going to go into that here live in front of the rest of the world. But I can relate to that comment in the chat there. That's happening. Houses are being divided, 3 against 2. Husband against wife, brother against brother, sister against brother, brother against mother, father against son. It's all, every little configuration is happening right now, especially to believers. Okay, it's part of your spiritual affliction. You must endure it, and it seems bizarre that nobody else can grasp it. But you're like, what's wrong with you? Don't you get it? Can't you see it? And everybody else is like, no, you're crazy. So you're not crazy. They're the ones in denial. Okay, we have a society in denial, minus what, 200 viewers or however many people come to my channel and view this. Everybody else living in denial. They're still in the bubble. You are the only people that are awake, not woke. Oh my God, that term woke, give me a frickin' break. Woke, you're a joke. If you think being liberal and putting tattoos on your shit and piercing your face, and if you think that is woke, you're sorely mistaken. It's my audience that's woke. You're the ones that are awake. And it's your job to go wake others up, too. The best you can. I know it's hard. It seems crazy, and you're trying to save their soul. You're trying to wake them up before it's too late. Okay? So that's what my channel's here for. If they won't listen to you, send them to me. Maybe I can show them something that might change their mind or whatever, And it's important. Your family's important to you, so keep fighting for them. Even though if they still resist you and they don't understand, you still got to keep fighting for their soul. You got to forgive them because they know not what they do. You guys know. They don't. Okay, that's the hardest part about all this knowledge is forgiving and being patient with people. Trust me, I struggle with it so bad. I have a temper, and the way people push my buttons on a daily basis, like I'm a racehorse, and they're whipping me, and I got two shattered hips. I used to go 70 miles an hour. Now I can only go like 60 miles an hour with two shattered hips, and they're demanding 100. 100 miles an hour every day, every second, all the time. So, if you're going through that, you're not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. It's a spiritual affliction that's happening. Right? You guys understand? I think you all agree. See the little light bulbs going off in there. Bing! Alright, anyways, going to continue on. I'm just blabbing tonight. I am still going through PTSD. Believe it or not. It's my PTSD is they can't, let's just say the syndrome I have doesn't exist. And what was it they called it that I had? I wrote it down. It's, where'd it go? It's such a weird thing. I can't even pronounce it. I had to write it down. Oh well, I had to run. Oh well. It's like IDKWTCI, and it stands for I don't know what the fuck that is, because that's what the exact words that were out of the doctor's mouth. So that's the condition I have. I guess we're over here at this instrument while I'm blabbing, aren't I? Okay. Here's our flow. That's not how I wanted to start. See, I'm off in another zone here. You guys can laugh at me. I love laughing at myself. So laugh along with me. All right, so where's your polar vortex? Actually, it looks like it's kind of curling in here now. Semi. We have like a new kind of curl flow coming in. It's really weak. It's all dispersed right here. It starts to gather a little bit here on the back side, and it becomes inflow that goes around. So it's a very weird kind of weak vortex that looks like it's forming here off of, let's rotate this around. Okay. Right here. And then we have something kind of, no, that's more of that. So our polar vortex is just odd. It's not there, but look at this crap at the southern. I mean, it's inside the island. See the pink and everything is inside the island? There's something underneath the earth, dude. Something parked underneath this. This is just too organized, too strong. We are in transition season. It should be disrupted kind of like this right now. Not missing, but semi-disrupted. But this, it's just really powerfully strong here on the south. Okay, if they were in the middle of their winter, I could understand. Or if they were in the middle of their summer, I could understand. But it's not. So, now let's change this over to, let's just go down to the upper jet real quick. I want to take a look at how it's lining up for America. Let's zoom in here real quick. Okay, you see we have this big low off the west coast right here, right here, swirling around. It's actually taking cold air from down below, mixing it with this moist air, and do you see where the cocktail is being made? It's being made right here. The cocktail's being slammed together right in Mexico, just west of Texas. Okay, here's the Rio Grande right here. Okay, so just on the other side of the Rio Grande is where all this cocktail mixed together comes over this ridge and comes swooping down and hitting Florida. Okay, so that's our upper jet. That's what controls the storms. Okay, those aren't storms. That's the upper jet stream. We'll pop down just a little bit here. Right here. There we go. Okay, so now you can see our big storm here that was on the East Coast moving out. All right, you see it right there. It's moving out. Here's this one over here on the West Coast. Now it's taking moisture from way down here in the south and funneling it back up into Nevada. So it's a southerly flow coming back up into California, up into Nevada, but it was cold air that came down, dropped into that warm zone, and is wrapping back up and coming up. All right. So this storm is stalling. This one's still, it's moving out, but it's moving out slow. We still have this high omega effect. You see the circle here with this high ridge and a circle there. So there's our omega ridge still in place, okay? We're going to go. I'm a little upset at today's events too. Our Air Force pulling out of Taiwan. What the boys I fought with weren't cowards. They didn't pull out. Whoever gave that order needs to be fired. Whoever called that shot they basically just surrendered. Is that what that is? I'm sorry. I'm absolutely pissed. I am apoplectic at the ignorance of our criminal elite. They're out of their minds. This isn't the circus. It is a circus, but it's the freak show at the circus. It's no longer just a bunch of elephants and clowns anymore. It's literally turned into a freak show. Okay? I'm sorry. These people need to be called on their crap. And I'll be the one to call them on it, too. You'll see. In the court above, I'm going to embarrass them. I'm going to put them on blast. They're going to wish they had never been born. Okay, here we go. You see this, half of the country is still just spewing SO2, okay? Here's that dividing line right down the middle, and everything to the west seems to be doing good. The plume outside Salt Lake City is too far away. Excuse me. We go into San Francisco. This is the main one I'm concerned about because of the population in this area, right? Okay. And we have this plume that is starting to grow in size. Yesterday it was smaller in size but darker in color. So now it's bigger in size and lighter in color, but it seems to have weakened in strength but grown in size. Okay? And that's all pressure coming up underneath the Bay Area. So this area is on very touchy ground. Okay? And now, no more messing around. We got stuff coming in at LA here now, okay? Even down here towards San Diego and stuff, I believe. Look at this. This is not good. They're having it right there at LA too. So these population centers, the Bay Area, LA, San Diego, all three are now having their little SO2 plumes, okay? We also got, whoops, that's not it. Back here. We also got plumes coming out of Oahu here, okay? It's not as dark as it was yesterday, but it's bigger. The good news here is we have little plumes coming out of the other islands here. Those are relief valves. It's connected underground. These volcanoes are. There's like a lava tubes underground here that will relieve pressure or share pressure along that line. And relief valves kind of relieve the pressure from that. Let's go spank China. Okay, these guys are on my list now. I know what they're up to, and they're going to find out. They're going to have a very rude awakening here. And pulling out of Taiwan was not a good idea. Okay, our weak administration has just given it all away. Remember, Obama gave away Crimea. He just let them. No problem. And something else you guys need to understand too. Ukraine used to be part of Russia, right? They're the oil-producing state for Russia. That would be like if Texas seceded from the United States, and then Russia came and fought on Texas's behalf against us. Wouldn't that seem a little strange? Because that's the dynamic that's going on in reverse over here. Okay. Anyways, I gotta keep going. Yeah, I can't look at China. I am upset with them. Cuba, we got plumage of Cuba. Cuba's turning into a purple island. I mean, this whole time Jamaica has had this big dark purple spot right there. And you know it's because they're all getting stoned. No, it's actually because they have pressure coming up from underneath there. And whatever volcanic feature is on Jamaica, they should watch that very closely because there's so much pressure and gas coming up. It's black in the center. Okay, so Jamaica, that'd be on the alert. I wouldn't go there right now. We have all this down the western coast of South America. I always zoom in to show you these are individual sites. This is not one plume that blew south, okay? These are all individual sites going all the way up the west coast. Chile, Ecuador, Colombia, all the way up into Venezuela up here, okay? So this whole area still has that SO2 coming out of the ground, okay? Now for the grande piece de la resistance, our purple island of Java. Still just, whoops, sorry, I'm bouncing all over. Still a lot of pressure coming out of there. And if you look at the channel right here, you can see that there's like some kind of huge emission. There's probably volcano just spewing something right now, right there. Or if not, there is a lot of SO2 coming out at this pressure point in that canal. And then in the earthquake report tonight, we will touch base on that. South Africa still has its spot right here. If you only knew what South Africa's role played in all this stuff. Yeah. And all these countries are being punished. You're just looking at God's wrath right now. This is punishment to the non-believing states that believe in other gods besides the Father, Jesus. Boom. Yeah. And it looks like the Bible Belt, even though they believe, they had the wrong idea, and it looks like that part is being punished as well, while out west, where all the hippies and the peaceful, I don't know how to explain this, but it sure looks like the country's divided, okay? I don't want to call character on the people on the East Coast, and I don't want to call character on the people on the West Coast, because character is something that you have inside. It's not your skin, and it's not where you live. But let's just say it sure looks like the eastern half is being punished. There's the craton underneath here and stuff. So this is pushing up through the craton, okay? This is all perforations in the craton. Even though it's thicker on this side, it still has the perforations, and we still see gas coming out. Over here on this side, where it all sits on a big old empty shelf type effect, we don't have as much CO2 emissions for some reason, okay? That's it. Let's boogie. No, I'm not going to do this so far. I've been taking too long on each one of these instruments. Schumann, little screeching event, came out a little bit weak right here. In fact, let me give you an example of what a weak Schumann looks like. Oh boy, let me pull, zoom, scoot, all that great stuff. This is the one site we can't really zoom in on because it's a Russian site. And I stole it. No. But they don't zoom on this one. Anyways, you can see we've had these white streaks, okay? This is the core and the shell. Just really quick little pulses. Beep, beep. These not high frequency, low frequency squeaks that emanate from the core and the shell, okay? Now, we came out of this little pop right here, and I want you to look at how weak it got right in this zone, right when I move my... See how the vibrance of the green got really weak right here for quite a little bit there. All right, and that's an example of what I'm talking about. You come out of these screeching events, and the core and the shell are just slow. The velocity inside the shell is slow, and when the velocity is slow, the field is weak. Okay, and that there's a little weak spot right there. It's not too bad. We come right back out of it, and even though we endure a couple of pulses of the brakes, like the grinding brakes, we still have a vibrant green line, even though we're going forward and reverse. So good Schumann report right there. Let's get on to the earthquakes. And oh boy, we got a new one right here. Let's just get into this. First, I've got to check for deep quakes, and it's right there. A 4.3 at a whoops, whoa, cowboy. What about your audience? Huh? You want to see too? Oh, now I'm really gonna mess it up. You guys are so tolerant with me. All right, now can you see a little bit better here? I want that thing in the frame. Come on over here. What is your major malfunction? There we go. So, 4.3 Fiji region, a depth of 544. That's our deep quake, this blue one right here, okay? 4.3 energy, I'll take that. That's beautiful. It'll translate to, 5 to 5.3 at the surface, roughly. Okay? And let's see this latest quake. There's your 5 right there. This is residual energy traveling down the system. We all know this. And what did I say this was going to squeeze off? This 4.3, when it came to the surface, a 5 to 5.3, there's a 5. Ta-da! That's how this works. Right next to it is a 4.7. Darn close to a 5, isn't it? So here's that energy traveling down this fault line towards New Zealand. Remember I was telling you New Zealand was going to possibly get some activity coming from that impulse yesterday? This is possibly it. I need to document the time on the deep quake. Come back to me. So that event happened, 7:22 on the 3rd. 7:22, 17:11. Yeah, these are after this quake. So this is the energy from this traveling down. Okay? I bet you this is some of it too, at 5.3. Yep. See how it pushed across the plate? Boom. Hit the next fracture zone. I bet it's right on a little, not a fulcrum point, but right in between them. See? Oh, come here, pull it down so they can say, Brian, what's going on with my screen? Alright, that's a little better. Alright. Sorry, my bad. So, 5.3 energy. That means if it went to there, it'll transfer over to here. Expect to see maybe a 5.3 to a 5.0 along here somewhere. Okay? Because it looks like it's coming straight across. Bing, or maybe out here on this little fulcrum point. Any of these little fulcrum points is where they like to squeeze off. So then this big gap in the chain here. Since this quake, there's a big gap. This was one more 722. Okay, so let's see if any of these are later or after that 722. Nope. Oh yeah. What else is under there? Come on. Give me the other one. 4.8 at 16. The 5.4 at a depth of 16. And the time is way after that deep quake. So, both of those times are way after this deep quake. It looks like it maybe skipped all this or just nothing has popped off in this region. But it's already traveled up to here and pulled off a 4.8, and what was the other 5 point something? 5.4. Okay, so this 5 to mid 5 range energy is traveling up through the system. It dumps off a 4.8 right there, comes up to Japan and leaves a 4.3. Comes up to here. Yep, that's after it too. Did it even? That is too soon after that. So it looks like it's made it to this point This this is way sooner than any energy that has traveled up. This happened way before it even reached here, so that's not that's not our energy. It's excuse me, it's made it up to here though. Okay. Already traveling through the system. 5.0 right there, depth of 10. It went to the fulcrum point, didn't it? The 4.6. Ta-da! Travel on down the line. Try that. Pull back. Okay, another fulcrum point right here, right? This is another one that I talk about, is this hump right here with all these different fulcrum points. What do we have? I bet it's a 5 range. 5.3, wow. 4.0. This 5.3 is a depth of 193. That translates more to a 6 to 6.2 at the surface. Okay, so that's some stronger energy. Even though it's a 5.3, it's down a little ways. So at the surface, if it were at a depth of 10, it would have been a little bit bigger. Okay, maybe a 6, 6.2. Over here at this fulcrum point right here, we have a 4.9. That's dang near a 5. Okay, at a depth of 10. Oh, this is after the deep quake. I don't think it could make it that far. Yeah, it maybe has. It maybe has. But you can see 5 to 5, mid 5 energy being scrubbed off all along the system. Nothing along the mid-Atlantic ridge. I'd like to see a little bit more release in that area. Nothing big, but I would like to see some of this energy, travel around and, scrub off on some of these other plates here, some of these other zones. This is a good one right here because there's no one out in this area. We're scrubbing off energy. Well, no man's land. That's good instead of having, activity like this right. Well, this is off the Kermadec Islands, but if this is on land, we're getting into that area where you're going to feel it and it's going to start doing damage at 6, so when you're getting 5.5s, that's pushing it. You don't want anything too much bigger after that because you're going to start receiving light damage, and we're just trying to keep the damage and lives lost to a minimum until the big event. Oh boy, I think we are 1,000 hours now, something like that. Let's move on to our forecast. Sorry, I keep going like that into the microphone. Yep. Oh, good. All the data's there. I was trying to look at this earlier, and none of the data was there. So it's going to load up real quick, and we're going to leave you guys the loop. No, I'm not getting sleepy. I am effing exhausted. Imagine being sleep deprived for a month. Come on, load up, baby. Come on, Betsy. Here it goes. Should be done. All right. There's your loop. I'm going to put the time and date stamp up here, okay? So you can also see the little blue bar. You can see where you're at. I'm going to step away for a second, have a cigarette, talk to you guys from the slider while you're watching this. And then we will be back for the rest of the report. Ugh. And tonight's gem? I don't even know if I have a gem set up. Anyways, hang in there. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, maybe we're going to do something. Oh, I was going to show you more of the stuff on the sun. Oh, I don't have insomnia. I have family. That's the problem. That's what keeps me awake. This is the first chance I get to eat and do a show. It's like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I'm in battle all day. All night. Ooh. At this rate, I'll probably be paralyzed here soon. But that's okay. I'm not going down like that. Yeah, we'll do another, I'll dig around through the notes and find something good for tonight. We'll close out with another good one. Okay? Because, times are getting a little unnerving right now, right? So, we're gonna need some strength, so. Let's see what I can pull out of my notes for tonight. Okay. Oh, see, that didn't take too long, huh? We got Rhonda Rose. That's a new name. Hello, Miss Rhonda Rose. I love roses. I would give you flowers, Miss Rhonda Rose, if I could. Well, let's back to business. Let's let this cycle through. We'll catch it at the opening frame. Oh, there are lots of doves flying around my house today, all singing, all happy. All right, so opening frame, our low over here has moved offshore. It still has wraparound moisture coming back, but it's finally, that wraparound is moving away too. So, May 4th, here we go. These pop-ups down in Texas, this is 11 p.m. Let's go back to the end of convection here. This should be the end of convection in this region right here at 7 p.m. Ooh, there we go, good. So, end of convection. This, we might see some pop-up thunderstorms more than this instrument is showing, because it's not compensating for the inbound objects that we have tomorrow on the 4th, right? See the 4th up here? Okay. So then it goes into the nighttime, and you see these thunderstorms continue to blossom through the night. They're going to have a nocturnal thunderstorm event, okay? And maybe some weak activity, hail, wind, and stuff in Texas up in here. This little blob right here, even though it only shows this yellow part and this yellow part, this anywhere in this line could be possibly volatile. Okay, this is the end of convection on the 5th. Now, over here on the west coast, we still have this storm spinning stuff up from the south. We're getting snow in the mountains, rain in the valleys, okay? California's already got way too much water and snowpack. And if I could find the image my son sent me today of Tioga Pass. They were carving out Tioga Pass today, trying to open it, and the wall of snow is disturbing, to say the least, how big it is. Anyways, at this moment here on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, okay, this is Blood Moon Day, end of convection, right here. This area and this area in the south, okay, I believe this area will be maybe rainy, no potential for tornadoes. But here in the south, this is the stuff that's squeezing under that wall and popping up again. So I would watch this area. It might be a little stronger in Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee. These blobs might blossom a lot stronger on the 5th. No, on the 4th. The 5th is our blood moon. So we'll just kind of progress through this. You see this low up here forming? It does a big, almost like a big derecho event here with these winds. It just becomes this one big wall of water and wind, and it splits in half, and then you see thunderstorms pop in there. This is the end of convection, May 7th at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. In this area, you see all these little yellow pop-ups. These are the ones I don't like. These are the dangerous ones that are very, very unpredictable. Come on, give me the 150. There we go. All right, just a little bit better view for you there. Now, this is not set in stone. This is the GFS. This is what, how many days out are we? A couple days out. So it's still relatively a rough idea. So watch out for pop-up thunderstorms all around this area, okay? Even if it's white in the middle, it could have shifted. So this whole region, May 7th, at the end of convection, 7 p.m., watch out, May 7th, okay? Let's zoom back out so I can access the button. Okay, scroll, thank you. Not arrows, scroll on this one. Then it goes into the nighttime. We're talking 11 p.m. Pacific. That translates to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in Texas, okay? So watch out, people in Texas, May 7th still, in the nighttime. Not only do they have the pop-ups and everything during the day, but at night it might continue on into the wee hours at 1, 2 in the morning, okay? Then it dissipates in the early wee hours, really dissipates, but then by the end of convection on the 8th, you see how it's blossomed. We have these little pop-ups again all over the place, okay? Boom, boom. So all these little areas, this white area, don't count that out too. That could fill in. It could be anywhere, all right? So we're going to just keep our heads on a swivel and keep watching your local forecasts and stuff. I sent you, if you're in Tornado Alley in any of these zones, start watching the weather guides that I've sent you to. Andy Hill, Ryan Hall, Max Velocity. There's some other good people that are weather reporters out there that have much better instruments than I do. Let's just say that. I know a lot about the weather. They know a lot about the weather. Let's just say I wish I had access to the apps that they do, because I could give you a much better report. But with the information we got, we're still swinging away anyway, because this is important. Even if this isn't the best app, it still has information. May 8th, it goes into the nighttime hours. This is 1, 2 in the morning for all these people on the East Coast. Then you wake up 7 a.m. to this low, still moving up through New York and everything, okay? You see moisture coming offshore. Now it's rotating this moisture this direction, so, oh good, it didn't wrap around, because I thought it was about to wind up and start wrapping moisture from down here up into there. So it looks like New York and all those guys dodged a bullet there, unfortunately, but they will pay soon. Now we get into May 10th, and you see here, let's back up to the end of convection. This is 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. for this region, and at the end of convection, we got thunderstorms way up here, okay, up into North Dakota, South Dakota, up into Nebraska, Kansas area, okay, see this low down here? It's spinning stuff up like this. That is 11 p.m. Pacific, so that's 1, 2 in the morning, midnight maybe for the Rockies, but 1 in the morning, and these are nocturnal thunderstorms that are all very dangerous in the middle of the night. This thing is winding up on May 11th. You see it starting to pack a punch here. This is the end of convection, 5 p.m. up here. This is 7 p.m. this time zone at the end of convection. We're talking Oklahoma, Texas, the Dallas area, Waco. This area has been struck over and over and over again, and has the potential for over and over again some more. I just gotta say it that way. I really want to say something else, but I don't want to get arrested. So so you see this comma shape, and now it's reaching into Colorado. You might see tornadoes and stuff in Colorado. You ever have that happen sometimes? This stuff is spinning back, and it's taking moisture from up here and bringing it back up into Colorado. Nebraska, even Texas. That's May 12th as they wake up. So overnight, it's going to go from that to that. They're going to wake up in the morning to this. Well, they're going to wake up in the morning to this, and then by 2 in the afternoon, we're going to have more convection starting to blossom here off the shore of Texas. That's the end of convection on May 12th. You see this big, huge stream of moisture running up and down here. The tail end is dragging moisture, this hot water moisture off the Gulf into Texas. So Texas is under the gun for a while. You see this again. Texas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, again, May 13th. This is at 5 a.m. in the morning. See this up here? 5 a.m. That's not the end of convection. That is in the morning. We have red in Texas in the morning. That's 2 in the afternoon. That's the end of convection on the 13th. Okay, so all day long here in Texas, up through this corridor, you guys are going to have some rain, but watch out here in Texas, you guys. May 14th, kind of clears out finally. High ridge moves in, keeps most of the country clear. You see it starting to like blossom again here. This is it went from what 2 p.m. and blossomed into this by the end of convection. So watch out for Texas again. And up here, there's like red stuff up here in Washington. This is way out there, so this isn't. The further out we go, the more unreliable it is. Let's just say it that way. Okay, and then that's the rest of the loop. This little low right here at May 19th, that's too far out to be considered. All right, so let's play the loop one more time, and you can just watch these days click off. All these thunderstorm events are going to take place here in Texas. Okay? Just over and over and over again. All right, you guys seeing this, right? High alert for this area of Texas. And everybody in the 100 mile an hour or 100 to 200 mile arc from all this activity here in Texas, okay? So this next week with the inbound energy, inbound objects, and with Brian Knight being here, I can see a lot of this stuff starting to go ape shit. As if we don't have enough on our plate already with Russia and now Taiwan. It sure looks like it's being set up. Yeah, be praying for Texas. Pray for their endurance. You know, pray for their wisdom. Maybe they will wisen up and evacuate and get out of there. You know, you might have to forfeit something to get out of there. One report I was watching, this gentleman, he was on the side of a river, and the lady was reporting, the reporter was like, sir, this river is going to come up here in the next few hours in flood stage and wipe away your house. And he's in a trailer, a mobile trailer. He goes, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck here, and it's just going to take me with it. And I'm like, dude, get your truck, get a ball and hitch, hook it up to your trailer, and move the blocks and move your trailer away from the river. Go take it, park it down at Walmart parking lot. They'll let you park overnight. Park your trailer there while the river floods, and that way you don't lose your home. I showed you the trailers getting washed away up in Canada. All they had to do was watch the weather report and go up there and hook up their trailer and pull it away from the river, and they would have saved themselves a home, a mobile home, lots of money, all the valuables that were in those that got, you saw that bridge just chew them up and spit them out. That bridge probably ate like 12 or 15 trailers that day. Okay, so those people lost. They lost a lot, you know, and it's all because of ignorance. I'm not calling them stupid. I'm saying they are ignorant to the events that are going on. This goddamn mainstream media, curse them. They have everybody so distracted with all this political and war bullshit that you can't see what's going on in the weather and what's happening with our volcanoes, our earthquakes, and what the signs are happening all around you. And these assholes got everybody so distracted with a bunch of politics bullshit. These are a bunch of child molesters. These guys are pedophiles and child molesters. They specialize in the art of blackmailing each other. they'll set each other up as a little kid, and oh yeah, I got you all set up, and then they'll take some pictures of them, and now they own you. And oh, you have to do what we say because we blackmailed you. That's how our political system runs. That's not what was intended. The system, the Constitution, is just fine. We don't need to change the system. We need to change the broken individuals that are running it. And I wanted to use an F and an A word for those individuals. But we'll just call them broken criminals. And whether they pay here or not, they will pay dearly in the court above. And they know it. So, now is the time to start getting your house in order. Okay? It's not just the weather, it's not just the volcanoes, it's not just the objects, it's not just the spiritual realm. We got a bunch of freaking bozos that are running the show, and they're running us all into the ground and going to kill everybody. Over what? Ego? We're a bunch of egomaniacs think, oh, my country better than your country. No, you're all a bunch of criminals. You know our police departments? The police department was never for policing the citizens. It was to police the goddamn criminals in Washington, D.C. And our police have failed us miserably. They harass the public writing speeding tickets to generate revenue off of the citizens who are free. Excuse me, this is a free country. This isn't China or Russia yet. And it's about to get that way real soon if you guys don't stand up and start doing something about it. I am going to stand up and do something about it. You people are going to come along for a ride with me. And I got some people that they know who they are. And the shenanigans they're pulling right now, they should know better. They would be better off just surrendering right now. I don't negotiate. It's you surrender. There's your negotiations. Surrender. And start paying amends, making amends for ripping off our country. All our intellectual property that China stole, they owe us. They owe us big time. The politicians that sold us out, I want every single one of their assets liquidated and cut checks to the American people, legal American citizens, not a bunch of people coming across our border. I want born in American legal citizens that were born in this country will all get cut a check from these criminals' liquidated assets, their yachts, their Ferraris, their mansions. Say goodbye to all that shit. We're liquidating it and we're cutting checks to the American people and getting some of your money back that they stole. This property tax bullshit, that's theft. Any kind of taxation without representation is theft. Do you voluntarily just give up your money and say, yeah, here, go ahead, Joe Biden, take it? No, they take it out of your check whether you like it or not. That's called theft. Okay? They've been stealing from you this whole time, giving it to Ukraine. And those bozos shot a freaking drone at Putin. Are you... Alright, I'm done. I'm going to pull something up for our I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to pull something up for our gym. So bear with me just a second as we pull up a YouTube page real quick. We'll be patient. We're all just chilling here with Brian tonight. Yes, here we go. Tactical nukes being used in Syria, Yemen, and Ukraine. And it might take a minute for this to pull up. There it is. And the music that goes with this video, I might have to substitute. But let me pull the video up first and get it started. Okay, this is a few years back now, all right? This is semi-old footage, okay? Okay, this has been going on for a while. This is old footage. Let me find. Maybe. Let's see. Where's some music here? Where did I leave off with the music? Oh well, we're just gonna play the music that's with the video. It's kind of annoying, but we're just gonna do it anyways. Let me rewind here a little bit. Some of you guys might remember a band named Sig Sig Sputnik. It's an old 80s band, and that's what this video is, the music to it. So this is for educational purposes. We're using somebody else's Edward Rivik. This is an old ass channel. This has been around forever. All right, so we're using this for educational purposes. And if you don't like it, you better learn to like it. The truth. All right, here we go. Sound check, real quick. Anything else planned? Nope, I think we are good to go. And this is also good examples of what a tactical nuke looks like, so you'll be able to judge it yourself when you see these kind of clouds on TV.
A film of what appears to be a nuclear weapon being exploded near Damascus. We're doing a confirmation on this.
Now this is years old, okay? This is not current.
Explosion now, and we're checking this against the scale of smaller artillery, 155 and 203 millimeter. Oh, bitch.
Don't stand next to the windows. These are from a few years ago, from different countries, from Syria, Ukraine, and Yemen. But these are examples of the tactical nukes that have been being used over there for a long time. Okay, don't let the media tell you, oh, they're just starting to use them. Watch this one. This one is scary. See what happens when you call for Allah Akbar? That's the wrong name. There's several angles of this blast that'll knock your socks off. Watch this one. Whoops. Play it. Oh, play it. Yeah, just trying to get that one more time here. There he goes. That was a wild ride for that dude. This one, this mountain right here has caves in it, and underneath is a big underground base. Okay, this is what they thought they could dig a base underneath this mountain and they would be safe. Watch what happens. Say goodbye to that mountain. And then the guy is right there. The blast wave hits him pretty quick. So what a wild ride that guy had, huh? He was that close to that big ass shockwave, and he survived to get that shot right there. Okay, so something else I'm trying to point out is the power of these weapons, okay? These are just tactical nukes. These are the little firecrackers of nukes, okay? These aren't the big megaton ones, okay? This is just a small sample of the power of our arsenal, okay? And the power of other people's arsenals. You know, Hollywood makes it look like it's, you know, like this, right? Ooh, big old mushroom cloud way off in the distance, right? But in reality, bases like this that are underground in a mountain like that, the bunker buster penetrators like that will just annihilate it. Alright, so there was that for the gym. And don't let them fool you when they say, oh, they might start using them, or it might be on the table. Shit, it's always been on the table. They've been using them the whole time. You just don't get to see it on the news all the time. This is old footage, okay? This isn't current stuff that just happened today, so don't get freaked out. I'm not trying to freak you out. I am trying to tell you that they've been doing this for a long time, all right? And you're just kind of finding out a little bit more about it is all, right? And that's Syria, Ukraine, and Yemen, and that was in 2016. What year are we in? Are we in 2023? And we were doing this stuff back in 2016? What were we doing in Ukraine back in 2016, dropping these things? Huh? How long has this game been really going on over there? And what's really going on? Are they selling these weapons to the bad guys and to Turkey, and then they shuffle them to Iran or whoever? Our government is a bunch of traitors. They sold us out. They're selling all of our weapons to the bad guys. Fucking Joe Biden pulled out of Afghanistan and gave them all of our equipment. Did anybody notice that? I mean, it just was like headlines on Fox News, and then they swept it under the rug and proceeded on. Our Marines died? What a fucking embarrassment that was. And Joe Biden just kind of, on to the next thing. As I snip this little girl's hair, he makes us look like a laughing stock on the world stage. And I'm tired of it. And I want the world to know that I do not support the criminal that has stolen our country. Okay? Because that's what's going on. That's what's really going on. A bunch of perverted criminal elite, Hunter. He's a dirtbag. I mean, go look at his videos. You know what he's doing. He's a dirtbag. Joe does the same thing. Joe probably did that to Hunter to make him that way. We know he molested his daughter in the shower. She wrote in her journal about it. See, you guys got some really sour people in positions of power that blatantly stole it right in front of the American people. I mean, we went to the Capitol to protest it, and they set us up on that. Yeah, you have three-letter agencies, your game. It's obvious to me. I see right through every little thing you do. You got your fucking tactics from me, all right? You're not fooling me. I'm the one that designed this game. So, putting you guys on blast. You keep screwing around like this and destroy this planet, you will pay eternally. Okay? Now, what else did I have for my wonderful audience? Oh, we have this. Yeah, that was just a quick... all I needed out of that was this date. So, prepare for a blood moon on May 5th. You know, God uses the moon, the stars for signs. And we have a blood moon, May 5th, right after we did what? To Russia. I'm telling you, watch out. They're setting us up for something on this day, I bet. And I'm going to call it before they do it. Put them on blast, because if they do something on this day, okay? If they do anything on this day, they'll be held accountable in ways that they can't imagine. In ways they can't imagine. I have quite an imagination of ways of torturing. Having been tortured myself, I know what hurts, and I know what really hurts. Sometimes it's not physical pain. It can be mental or spiritual or all three at the same time, like I have to go through. And you don't want that. My viewers are so safe and so protected. I want you guys to know that. These other bastards are going to pay. Okay? Because there's a new sheriff in town. Hang that back up there. Make sure you can see the little point pointing down. And no matter what they try to do, you can't stop me in the spiritual realm. I don't have to do anything physically. I can sit here in my chair and think a thought, and it will happen. Okay? So, here's an idea. Maybe you should come kiss my ass. Warm me up a little bit. I'm not that bad of a guy. I could spare you a lot of pain. I'm not saying bribe me, but you know, a little bit of respect wouldn't be too bad. It gets you a lot further. Now, not you, my viewers. I'm talking to these agencies that are listening. Yes. And if you're not, boy, you guys are dumber than. It must be the same person that fired at the Kremlin then. I'm telling you that no matter who shot it, no matter if Russia is setting themselves up with a false flag to go make it look like this, or if the dummies in Ukraine are actually so stupid that they sent like one little weak drone to decapitate a dragon, it's like no, 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 no. You do it precisely all at once. There's no response because it's decapitated. But nope, they gotta play little tag you're it game. Oh, well, I'll tag you back just a little bit harder. Oh, well, not harder than I tagged you. It has to be equal. What the hell kind of bullshit is this? I remember when I went to battle, we went to go win. You kill everything in your way and win. And then you come home. You get the job done. You get some brave guys that get in there, give it their all, well coordinated, nobody lose their lives. You get some badasses who know what they're doing. We can walk into anywhere and take anything we want at any time and do whatever we want. And those are American citizens, okay? I'm talking to some of you military out there. You guys better pull your head out of your ass and figure out which side you're working for. Are you gonna fight for the people? Are you gonna take orders from some corrupt general who's gonna have you push a button and kill a bunch of people? You people in the military, you have a spiritual warfare on you as well. So you better pull your head out of your asses and start making some clear decisions. And if you have to disobey a direct order from a psychopath, you'll be a hero. I'll tell you what, anybody that arrests this bozo Biden would be a hero. Anybody that caught Hunter Biden, catch him doing something and get him arrested, that'd be a hero. These people are criminals. They wear a suit and tie and they smile and they lie straight through their teeth. And the mental capacity of this man who can't even wipe his butt, hey, they wipe my butt for me, is running the free world. No, 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 no. This is a setup. These guys set us up to fall. And if the people don't do something against these guys, it will fall. And it looks like it may be too late because they already pushed the button on Russia, and Russia is going to respond. I don't know how many of you pay attention to all the subs that are off of our East Coast. I mean, they've only been reporting that for the last 2 to 3 weeks. And they're really going to play patty cake with Putin right now. This is the dumbest thing that's ever happened. And now I can see how it's World War III starts in the oddest way, not the normal way, right? We keep hearing that. World War III is going to start in a different kind of way. Yeah, some fucking moron. Oh my God. I'm telling you, any one of you people in my audience could run this show better than these guys. Any one of you could. You're spiritually more enlightened than these bozos, these criminals. And it's been going on for years and years and years and years. Ever since the 40s and the 30s. All these corrupt politicians. And it's business as usual, and we all just kind of go along with it and grin and smile. And no, that shit's going to come to an end. These guys have put us how many trillions of dollars in debt? Where are the receipts for that money? Where are the receipts for this black ops projects and shit that they use to funnel drug money? Our economy would have collapsed if it wasn't for fucking drug money. That's how they have our economy set up. this Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve, my ass, it's a bunch of private individuals that own bankers. These bankers are going to fry too. The bankers, everybody that was corrupt, it's all been recorded by your own eyes, in your own head. Your own senses are going to be your testimony in court, and they're not going to damn thing you can change about it. So that handshake you made in the back room, the deal that you made with China for a bunch of nukes and fighter jets or whatever, all recorded with your own eyes, and there's nothing you can do to change it. So all the decisions that the elite have made will cost them dearly. All the decisions that the good have made will be rewarded dearly. This is a spiritual battle. It's not what it seems. Everybody's looking around at the physical world, so hung up in it that they cannot see the spiritual battle that's going on within themselves. And I'm here to save you from yourself. Okay? That's my job. That's what I do. And I had to go through hell and back to get these notes and bring these readings to you. So bear with me as I thumb through these and see if I can find a good one for tonight. Okay, I think that was one I read last night. Hang on, bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get something that's going to be relevant for today. No. What message do I want to send here? Alright. We'll go with this one right here. Okay. You guys ready? Here, let's, no. We have to have, not that. We have to have a spiritual image up, because we are not going to read my work to the weather in the background. Okay? It's just not going to happen. Come on, YouTube, pull this up. So, this is a bad movie. Turn it off. I can't. I'm trying to make the movie good. Alright? It is a bad movie, but the good thing is you made it to the right place. Okay? Trust me, you did. Okay? You made it to the right place here at this channel. And I will try to bring you inspiration and hope in these tough times, okay? Because that's what... Come on, YouTube. Alright, so we're just kind of waiting for whatever going on here. YouTube pulled their head out of their ass and learned how to... There we go. Come on. Hey, look, there's my show. Oh my gosh, I'm on YouTube, you guys. And there went that. Seriously? Let's try something else. Okay, well, I guess we're stuck with this black screen. I was trying to pull up a nice spiritual image of Jesus in the clouds. And since other forces don't like it when I do that, do not X out of this. What is this going on? All right. We have poltergeist activity and ghost activity in my house, and it does weird things to my electronics at interesting moments. So, can we have this one back, maybe? Oh, dang it. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to read to a black screen. Alright. Alright. Yay? Nay? Are we going to do this? Not? Huh? Huh? Yes? No? Spin? Don't spin? Stop? Wrong video? That's not what I clicked on, but if we could get you to finish loading up. Yep, the F3 that hit Virginia Beach. Virgin, yeah. And now I was trying to pull up this real quick and put this in the background as I read this for you guys tonight. Yeah, we'll just do this one again. Not the tornado. We don't need tornadoes to bring hope. What we need is this.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back.
Okay. You guys know what this is. If you haven't been here, Rose, who's it? What's the gal's name with the rose? Have you seen this yet, darling? Because you were new here. This is Jesus in the clouds captured on Easter 2020. Here's his eyes, his nose, his chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this. You can see his forehead and his hairline up here, and there's a crown hovering above his head. Okay? That is a miracle that took place on Easter of 2020. Yes, I am a knight. Actual knight, yes. Not just my name. I am a very chivalrous person who will defend your honor and die for a stranger I don't even know. Okay? I've rescued many people, and I get nothing but beat up in return. So that's what a knight does, and technically I qualify as that and have the same name. So lucky for you, huh? Hang on, let me pull this one notes out of here. Come here. All right, you guys. I need a sip here. Here it comes, so hold on. Okay. I know about every one of your troubles. I have collected all your tears and preserved them in my bottle. So don't be afraid of tears or of the hardships that cause them. Your problems are not random or meaningless. I'm calling you to trust not only in me, but also in my sovereignty. I know what I am doing. Because my perspective is infinite, unlimited by time or space, my ways of working in the world are often beyond your comprehension. If it were possible for you to see things from my God perspective, you would understand the perfection of my will, and I revel in my glory. But now you see only a poor reflection, so you must learn to live with mystery. I have collected your tears in my bottle because you are exceedingly precious to me. And someday I will wipe every tear from your eyes. There will be no more death, no more mourning, and no more crying or pain. Do you hear me? So rejoice in this glorious heavenly future that's awaiting you. Okay? This glorious heavenly future that's awaiting you as my viewer watching right now, whether replay or live. I'm talking to you. Rejoice. This heavenly future is awaiting you. Not them. You. I love you all. God bless you all. I miss you all. And until my next live stream, I'll be back. Oh, I am back.